Okay, it's gonna be fast because I'm gonna read this upload. I'm eating, so excuse my smacking. But I don't think I'm gonna break this video down. I might, I might not. I might make it into a bigger video. However, when it comes to a mother's love, we can really tell what's real, what's not. Okay, that woman cries about the mother that we just seen all the time, and they just showed us exactly why. Do y'all know not once? Well, actually, the live was started because the mom was calling. In that live, excuse me, God. In that live, she never once asked to see all the kids. If you pay attention to her body language and their eye movements, the way they flex their face, and there's facts on this. You can look that up. Hold on, let me go get my soda. It's right here. I ain't going that far now. Anyways, bottom line, excuse me. Um, bottom line, if you look up uh, anything, Google it, search it, search engine, whatever search engine you use, get on YouTube and Google like what are the signs of people that are untruthful. Excuse me. Body languages of people that are being deceiving, untruthful, or just that the way the body flexes in certain uncomfortable positions and situations. That whole conversation was very uncomfortable. From the way that race looks down to the way that Rose and her mom spoke to each other. First and foremost, I was trying to figure out who was this person on the panel that was speaking for Rose, the so-called close friend. The so-called close friend, after I watched that video, I went back to my live. It's privated now because I keep getting them little triangles on my video, so I see what's going on. So listen, listen, it's starting to make me feel like I really need to keep my channel about what it is and about sunshine and my point of view and things. However, um, back to what I was saying. If you pay attention to the way they interact with one another, it does not give love. It does not give a healthy home. Her mom is still folk. Oh, that's what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Her mom was on the panel. Excuse me. Her mom was on the panel. I went off of that video. I went back to my live, and I was listening. I'm like, that's the same person. So yes, the person that was speaking on my panel about, oh, I know Brett, oh, I know them, and they would never act like that. Hey, Mystic. Hey, boo. I'm just coming in here real quick to leave my opinion on that because I definitely won't be here until later on tomorrow, and I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to seek my perspective and my point of view on what just happened. And in other words, they said everything that we've been saying. Okay, I kept saying when it comes to narcissistic abuse, it works the same way as generational curses. Okay, they go, it's a chain, it's a repetition thing. Because it was done to them, they'll do it again. They'll do it to somebody else. It don't necessarily have to be their children. However, when it gets done to you, you end up being the one doing it to somebody else. And if y'all ain't noticed, that grandmother never referred to the kids as my grandkids. If she did, quote, don't quote me. But from my understanding, how I skimmed through the video, she would say, I pray for you and those kids. Where are the kids? She never said any type of ownership over them as my grandkids. Okay. I've never seen somebody say that they value and honor marriage, but them kids. In some point of the video, in some point, oh yes, kiss my bliss. Yeah, the mother did come off cold, and out of everything she smiled about, that was the book. Where she smiled from the inner of her, it was about the book. When it was about talking about herself, it's the same reflection of Rose. It's exactly what Rose was saying, and you notice Rose kept going back and saying, "What about it? Okay. You said the book, you said this, you said that. Okay, well, what about the kids? Well, what about the kids?" And it's like a normal grandmother don't even have a loving grandmother don't even have to be suggested on a time. They're going to advocate a time like, hey, if you're not doing anything over the weekend, hey, excuse me, if you're not doing anything during the break during summer, yeah, they didn't have any reaction. It was, I mean, Roz did come in and say, hey, Nana, but it was short, sweet, and simple. It was short, sweet, and simple. And I'm sorry, Race looked like he got towed up. Book and husband, yes. And so, wait, back to what I was saying though, when it comes to a mother's love, yes, she's going to put more emphasis on her book. She's going to make statements about, oh, I'm young, I'm a grandma, but I'm young. She's going to make statements about valuing and honoring marriage. However, you don't value and honor your children enough to put them first. Because she said, yeah, they had a little moment for a cool minute, about 2 minutes. Like, yeah, when it come to them kids. So pretty much you saying when it come to kids, they don't run nothing. They don't stop or they don't stop your show. They don't pause your show. And that's the problem now. That way of her thinking, like she said, the apple don't fall far from the tree. She's right. That way of thinking has now transferred into her own daughter. That part. Usually, when it's a loving environment, talking about she loves and pray for them every day. If you really did those things truly, genuinely, and I'm talking about real mother and grandmother love, there's no way that this person has to keep on saying what they're saying. She was more adamant and ready to make comments about her book than she was about to make about the children. She wasn't even about to say nothing constructive as a grandmother. Hey, Race, baby. I'm just mocking. Race, listen, eat your food. And if you eat it all, grandma's gonna send you $2. Where was any grandparent energy in that? Where was any mother energy? Yes, kids don't stop nothing. And that is sad. Because yes, they do. Yes, they do, and yes, they should. It be the moments right there when you don't value the time to love on your child in a special way, to put them first, to make them stop your plans. That's everything. You don't think them kids is gonna go back and feel like, dang, grandma said she didn't even want us because she was young. Not like that, but if you like, it's like she's trying to beg the woman to watch her own grandkids. There should not be no surgery, no good location, talking about in Beverly Hills so I could pull up. There should never be all of these type of angles and ways you have to deal with your child and your grandchildren. And she said, oh yeah, we argue and we don't see eye to eye. She might be mad and whoopty whoop whoop. So it's exactly what everybody was saying. And if y'all don't remember, first chance her mother got to say anything about her, she said, and you're a fiery sign. Pretty much saying that they don't mix. And that's been the main thing that I've been saying when it comes to those that, because hurt people hurt people. So, yes, by all means, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. They both had that baby boy mama energy. Mama gotta have it. Yes. I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute. Yes, that's the energy that it was given. She over here she showed that wine cup like it was a trophy. Meanwhile, you should have River in your hand holding him like that. Your daughter going through postpartum depression and all of this stuff, and the best you can do is go live on your phone, uh uh enter these panels, because I'm not done. That was definitely Rose mom on the panel. It don't take a rocket scientist to hear, and by her picture, that definitely was her mother. And it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that all out. You promoting a book on this woman channel and can't even answer whether or not you gonna keep your own grandkids. Yep. Just like her mom. And that's another thing too. It's safety. If Rose knew that safety was a thing, I don't understand why would she allow her mother to get on there and announce her book and her name, unless she has an author name she writes under. But from my understanding, that's her name. Do I think she has borderline personality disorder? When you research what is a borderline personality disorder, when you split personalities, different things like that, it all has to do with different parts or different parts of you or your brain that you're using. So if you are panicking, this side activates the panic version of you. um this is my breakdown of it all. If you're scared, you use this personality to come out and deal with that. If you are going to work, that's your work persona. So sometimes um the personality disorder can simply be that she's created a personality to handle things. So yes, I do believe that she can have a personality disorder as far as struggling with who she wants to be and who she portrays herself to be, if you know what I mean. But yeah, bottom line, it everything that I said earlier as well, I might make that live from earlier. I went live for about 30 minutes earlier, and I was talking about how I felt like a lot of the reason why Rose has a hard time being a great woman with motherly love is simply because her mother, and like they were saying, nobody's perfect at all, but there's some things that I feel like are the smallest of things that you can give. And not saying that love is the smallest thing that you can give, but caring for somebody, you know what I mean? Just by their grandma, instead of her saying, "Oh, you're so cute," saying, "Hey," like, like having a bond with them. Bottom line, forget everything that's going on. That could probably help the little boy by her saying, "Race, cut it out. What's up? Talk to me. Why you don't like the salmon?" Obviously, it was salty. Honestly, she cooked the food on live, burnt one piece. So it's no telling how, the food tasted to where he didn't want it. Instead of cooking her meal and then going live, she cooked it, then burnt it, had it smoking all up in there, asking people, "How do you cook rice?" At our age, there's no reason why you need a timer to cook rice. Now, that's my opinion. Other than that, I know people can't cook, but bottom line, what y'all just seen is exactly, excuse me, y'all just seen exactly. I'm coming down with something. I've been drinking tea all day, but pretty much y'all are watching tea and soda. Sorry, y'all are watching somebody, and it's so crazy because when I got off live, I think when I got off my live, somebody had just said she's going live with her mom. So I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I probably won't need to get on here, but I was like, yeah, no. After I watched it, I like skimmed through here and there. The major points that I seen was when Ross said the food was nasty. Because when I seen him popped up, I stopped it there. Um, when she came to the camera about the salmon, when she showed race, and eventually she was like talking about the breast job. And it's so crazy because even then, do y'all not realize that that woman's husband had to get up and leave while she was on that live? That is crazy. It was like everything that I've been saying happening right in the one video. I always said that maybe she's not accepted by the people around her. Maybe it's her personality that doesn't blend with others. And she just said, oh, she just confirmed it all for me. Except for the mom blamed it on her being a water sign and her being a fire sign. When no, actually, some people just really need to seek help. That way, instead of being a triggering person to make people have to get up and leave the room, it's a thing about appropriate and not appropriate. You would think, you see, and it's crazy because to question why would people want to get up and walk away from her on YouTube when your own fiance just got up and left the living room based off what she just said, and that ain't the half of what people heard up on this platform. That is not the half, bro. So it's kind of crazy that they say that, or reach that extent to say, oh, I don't know why these little channels do that. Well, why did your husband leave the living room? I mean, your fiance. Your fiance got up as soon as he heard it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been saying this. Like the pain that somebody go through is usually stemmed off from somewhere. It's usually coming from somewhere. And honestly, it's hard to say her channel, her channel, her channel. Cause listen, that video she posted running through the hallways and stuff like that, like she just said in the live earlier before the mom got on, she said she's been doing that because she did. When she started off her YouTube channel, it wasn't as consistent. It wasn't as grimy as it's gotten now as far as the vulgarness. It hasn't gotten to that. However, yeah, she's been doing that. She's been doing that. She's been making triggering content. She's been a twerker, been controversial. She's been that way. So when you look at somebody that's okay with doing these certain things, you look deeper into it, and or not look deeper into it, as they voice themselves, you see a bigger, broader picture. She cries about this woman all the time, and then here it is on the live that we see her. The best we've seen her light up for is her book and talking about her husband. She didn't light up like that when she seen the kids. Her eyes kind of squinted. That's the thing. Body language is huge. Facial expression is huge. When somebody's trying to see if somebody's lying, or a detective trying to see if somebody's lying, they watch their reflexes. They look at the direction that they look in. Because, yes, it is a proven fact that usually when somebody's telling stories, they tend to look around, and usually they look to the left. I'm good on this, okay? I'm good on what I do, and I'm good on the knowledge that I have. However, yes, it definitely made me feel bad for the woman, because it's like at the end of the day, regardless of what everybody's saying, she is a younger woman. All of that, oh, but she's a grown up. Oh, but she's a grown up. Yet y'all listening to 50-year-olds reactions. So with that being said, and 50-year-olds in freaking college still. So if we can get to the point where we can understand someone else, we can understand them too. That's the whole point of this channel, to educate people. I didn't want people to start feeling like this woman was some sort of criminal creeping out the graveyard and nothing like that. No. I wanted people to understand what it is, and she's actually helping show that. This woman had to keep asking, okay, what about December 1st? What about December 1st? What about December 1st? Hey, mom, what about December 1st? But when they got on that book, oh, she did not have to be reminded for that. Yeah, I definitely feel like she compete with the daughter simply because anybody that say when they are a grandma and they say, oh, well, I'm still young, bingo. That shows the insecurity. It's not, you can't always get that person to come out their mouth and say it, but you got to pay attention to the little things they do say and their eye contact. Look at how they're looking at the camera. Look at how her mom eyes, they wince a lot. They wince a lot. They were tolerating each other. Rose was trying her best not to be fake, but that woman was tolerating her. Why? Because she probably said, Rose, can I promote my book? Yeah, only thing about it is I didn't want to just jump off the live to go see that. I do like doing my reactions, but I also have a channel, so I try to be respectful and stuff. That's what I had, but I ran out, and now I got some kind of what's it called? It's Tazo, and it's nasty. It is so nasty. It's like a passion fruit flavor. Yeah, and child abuse don't always have to be physical. It don't have to be punching on your kids. It don't have to be you could be you could be not hitting them, you could be feeding them, you could be clothing them in Gucci and gold. Neglect comes in when you don't worry about their mind, their well-being, when you're not pouring into them. That is considered abuse to me. When you start to pour more into them that doesn't matter than the things that does, it becomes a sign of abuse. These kids will know everything else but what they need to know. Seems like Rose was a fast and or headstrong. What you mean? Oh yeah, it did get at my bad, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to I'm gonna stay on here for about 10-15 more minutes. But yeah, she definitely gave that, and in the beginning they talked about that too, and she was like, oh, you were the only one I breastfed, so pretty much I'm trying to figure out why you the one I got the biggest problems with. She didn't say it, but I definitely feel you right there. I honestly think uh it's been a lot of people talking about the family dynamics. Earlier I even brought up uh a situation where I was saying I don't think she was loved properly. That was one of the main things that I was saying in my live earlier, is that I feel like if Rose was loved by her mother, it would allow her to be more of a empathic person. It would allow her to have the heart to love someone else. You get what I mean? She don't know how to love simply because she was never loved in a way. Like pretty much she's loving her kids exactly how she was loved. So she's like, what are y'all talking about? So I definitely feel like she called, or oh, you're asking me as far as what do I think ignited it to happen. The call, we don't know, but I feel like her mom has been being brought up so much that she felt like, hey, she just called, let's prove a point type of thing. Rose didn't really want to get off the live she was already on, so she ended up saying, okay, I'll cut her into this one. Thank you, boo. By emotionally stunned, what do you mean? I know we do, but I'm probably gonna wait until I get some of my closer people to me. I have Mo, but I feel like I'm gonna start modding people that I don't have to worry about any danger or safety issues. What kind of abuse is the mom claiming in the book, from who? You know what? And that's something, hey, that's what she's trying to promote and sell. I feel like she's trying to promote her book because it is exactly what I said earlier. Sometimes when a person breaks themselves from social media, or a person has so many great areas in their lives that are on social media, people will go other routes to figure out, okay, hey, she stopped posting on her channel, but Brett is posting. So I'm gonna go over there just because I get to see what, or I might get a chance to see if what she's doing over there on his channel. So it's the same sense. People might want to understand what they think is going on with Rose by that book. So those that read it, or those that actually decide to figure out what it is her book is about, even if you don't read it, just seeing what it's about, I'm pretty sure it'll explain that it came from yet another parent in the household. I'm sorry. Actually, what had happened was I was like eating my little snacks and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be live to, and that's iffy. That is huge iffy. That's a huge iffy, because I like to get in with my movie babies and do what we do. I do have days where I'm by myself. However, there are days where I like to chill. And I was eating my snacks, getting ready to call it a night. I was like, hold up. No, you know, and it's possible. Real quick, kiss my bliss. It's possible that she could be just talking about a domestic violence situation as well. But go back here, like she is 29, but maturity wise, she acts younger. I forgot what you're about to get on that. I don't think I don't think at 29 you have to be the sorest type of mature. Should you carry yourself in a good manner? Yeah, but you know, I honestly feel like everything she's doing is to promote her channel, is to get her money. So some of the wildest things that we see her do on here, she may or may not do in real life. Like she explained in the live today, she said that's she said something about that is what I do when I'm trying to make people laugh or something like that, she said. And she was like, let me stop acting like that. So I don't know. I just feel like because Brett, honestly, Brett is very immature himself. When it comes to everybody, um she's she has a lot of borderline personality disorder traits. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to turn my TV down because it keeps popping back up. I'm muting my TV, y'all. Trying, they're trying their best to handle what's going on, but they're having a hard time. So when your mental health is starting to be wavering, if it starts to get to a point where your mental health is declining, it opens up it opens the window for all kind of stuff to happen, and it leads to different things, but they all go hand in hand. Right. Well, see, that's the thing. And now at that point, people will get invested in that. And I'm not gonna lie, that is something that some people want to know. I don't really care about the ladybug. I really don't care. I really don't care how she was abused either, because the thing about it is when you become a victim, you can always become a survivor. I feel like it's a personal choice for a person to not seek every bit of help that they can. And in the Black community, people feel like seeking help make you crazy. No, what makes you crazy is not taking a shot at it, not taking a chance to see, not learning what these things are. You know what I mean? Because yes, personality disorders and emotion is the key. Is like, to me, emotions are the fuel of those disorders. Mm-hmm. They not separated. That's why he's sitting there eating salmon like nothing happened. I ain't gonna lie, the dynamics still seem off. They seem unhappy. I'm not watching nothing. My TV is just on the home screen. So you know how smart TVs are. They'll keep on playing ads from Netflix and all this different stuff. Force of Nature. I've never seen that, but I've seen a lot of Sandra Bullock movies, so I feel like I can get what you're saying as far as um the personality you're trying to describe. Yeah, it get annoying too, cause it'll do that all night long sometimes. All night long. But yeah, it's definitely unfortunate It's an unfortunate situation, and I bought at the end of the day, I'm over here just stuttering all kind of stuff. I'm so over publicly speaking today. But bottom line, I feel like Rose also wanted to put that out there as well. Um I want to show you guys I have a beautiful mother. I want to show you that I've done nothing wrong to completely make them hate me. However, I want you guys to see the dynamics of why it is what it is in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Because now it's people that's, instead of just going off of how they act and stuff like that, um, you do have people that are saying, including me, shit, I truly do believe that there is something wrong with their relationship, and it shows, and they admitted that. She said it's because she's a water sign, and I'm not. I'm chill and whoopty whoop whoop. I don't care what sign you are. When it comes to a mother and a daughter and their grandkids on the phone, that did not give that. It gave that's her friend. It gave that lady right there is her friend, a colleague, um, a mentor, a old what are them things called? A gymnast when you have a person at the gym that helps you work out. Whatever them people are, it's given that. It's given that's not your mother. Right. So I didn't hit the 30-minute mark, y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up off here. But one of the main things that I wanted to at least be able to get on here and say that when it comes to this situation, it's obviously vivid. There's no reason to kind of try to make it more or less than what it is. Bottom line, you have a situation where it's a type of love that you give your kids. It's not a compassionate love. It's not a genuine love. It's not a natural love. It's a forced love because you're here and I'm gonna do what I have to do. No, you ain't gonna stop nothing. You ain't gonna change nothing. I honor marriage, but I don't honor motherhood. In other words, I don't honor my position as your parent to make sure that everything that I do, or not everything, because nobody's perfect and nobody's supposed to try to be perfect. However, you should always aim to do the best that you can. You get what I mean? You should never want to be a stranger to your grandchildren to the point when they get on camera, they're not excited to see you, and neither are you excited to see them. That boy looked like Race looked like he just lost in a nightmare. Like, when will it stop? They all look miserable. They all look like they wish they could just go back home to Arizona, take a bath, and sleep. It looked like she had them on all of them on treadmills for a long time. And I feel like that's the reason why the mom recanted and removed herself from the situation. People like Rose, they start off as children. And then it just manifests and it gets worse and it gets worse. And if nobody that loves her around her tells her anything about it, instead of just saying, oh, it's because of your sign, and oh, I'll just pray for you and let you get over it. No, that does not help that person heal within themselves at all. She probably would have friends if her mom took the time to love on her, to spend any kind of quality time to break things down to her about things that matter. Yeah, it definitely gave a friendly acquaintance. It did not give, those are my grandkids on that phone. You know what I mean? It gave despicable. Like, it seemed like the mom, despite it was given that somebody on one end, we don't know if it was Rose, and I don't know if it was the mom. However, you could see by the way that they looked at one another that it's just like, it's not it. It's not it. Yeah, I think he likes crazy behavior when it's funny, when it's goofy, when it's playful, when it's something that's not carrying out to everything it's carried out to. He looked like he just ready. Like I said, all of them look like they really ready to go ahead, go on that plane, pack their stuff off. This little vacation they was on, they wishing that it was a vacation and they can just go home. Even her, it just seems like she's trying to force herself to deal with it to prove a point that I cannot just go jump back over there. Maybe that could be the fooling part of it all. Maybe she could be taking them on, you know how people do summer trips and they stay somewhere for the summer. They'll go to Africa for the summer. They'll go to Jamaica for the summer. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's fooling everybody. And maybe by the time August comes, they are going to fly back home. And they are going, we don't know, but it looks like it's all miserable. She bragged very, very, she was boasting about her lifestyle, how they live, how they can do what they want to do, and this, that, and the third. Talking about some gonna lie and say they don't eat fast food on that live tonight, when we all know she already said on a regular day she'll go get some Starbucks and go get them some little sausage patties from McDonald's, whatever she said about Starbucks, and she'll go to Starbucks and go get breakfast from there. You get what I'm saying? It's only so much. It's literally a draining situation. She's not giving, like, you know how you wake up in the morning and you feel refreshed, you feel good, you're ready. No, it looked like she hasn't gotten a good rest since she's gotten to Hawaii. She actually looked like she's going downhill in Hawaii. If anything, her mom should, like, and her mom kept suggesting a social media break. She kept suggesting, how about you take a break from media? How about you take a break from media? Rose ain't taking no break from media. That is her money. Rose is not in a position to stop what she's doing and put and give it a break. If she would have stayed in Arizona, she would have. If she would have stayed in Arizona and all of this $8,000 that she put on a place and the $20,000 or however much it cost to get her Range Rover out there, if she didn't put them under that financial pressure, she could have used that money as a rainy day. People take breaks from YouTube all the time. Literally, a lot of content creators take a lot of breaks, especially when it gets to situations like this. Instead of crying on here, they'll be like, "You guys, I didn't want to get on here like that, so I took a mental health break." It's okay to take a mental health break, and she would have been fine to take one of those. However, her finances are crunched. Brett is not working. He's not. Just like she said, they finna break up. They lying about the job and the pilot and the airport and the security. They lying about all of that. Same way she said he was at work, he probably was sitting around the table like he was on the live today. So at the end of the day, I believe when it comes to certain things, just like anything else in life, if you have to take a break, if you feel like you've overstimulated yourself with being around your friends for the day, it's okay to say, hey y'all, I'm gonna sit this one out. She can take a weekend off, she could take a week off, but she will not. Why? Because this is where the going gets good. This is where the money makers at. She is going to do it. It seems like she gonna do this until there's nothing more left. She's gonna give these channels all the ammo they need to take her right on down. Because only point she proved by having her mom get on a panel is that she has a beautiful mom. That's about it. That's the only point that she proved, that her mom is not, she's well off, she's doing well in life, and she's beautiful. She didn't show a mother's bond, a grandmother's bond. She actually proved every channel right. So now it's going to be a backlash about that. And then it's going to keep going and keep going and keep going until she eventually takes the break she should have took in the first place. But yeah, she definitely is. And we want to uplift. We want to let people know that even though you're in a muddy situation, you can always get yourself out. It's just about the mindset that you have in order to do so. The love that you have within yourself. How much do you love yourself? How much do you care about your day being good? Because when you start to care about those things, you'll start to value everything you can, and you'll start to protect it to where if anything can jeopardize that, I'm going to minimize it. If by keeping things to myself, by not triggering others, by staying off media, by sleeping in more, by eating better meals and stuff like that, it'll eventually cause positive progress in your life. However, if you're not doing anything but fueling up the negative energy, it's gonna all when you fuel something up, you become the same thing that you're fueling. So yeah, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. If I go live tomorrow, aka today, it'll be way later. It'll probably be another late stream like this if I do. Um I'm gonna leave this live up, even though I was just stuttering in it. I'm gonna leave it up that way y'all could drop y'all comments and drop your opinions about what I said. Narcissism always comes from something. It always stems from something. And I believe not only did her ex children's father trigger her, I believe it starts off with the mother, the grandmother, like I said earlier. Ooh, real quick, y'all. When I said that earlier, I said this on my first live today. I said, even her grandma, like the way her grandma was, she was twerking on her grandma and stuff like that. Those type of family dynamics shows a lot. A lot of people have grandmas that if you do that, you have lost your mind. And I'm not saying all grandmas are like that. However, usually ones that are like that come with family that have strict morals, they have integrity, they try to push that to stay in their lineage. You get what I'm saying? We raise our kids and our grandkids with respect and how to respect adults. She don't respect her grandmother. She doesn't respect her mother or her fiance. There's no respect all across the board. Bottom line. And sometimes we have to have these things rectified to understand what we're doing to others. Because, yes, when you do, people try to say, oh, they're not triggered. But if you go live about somebody, or if you go live about a situation, or obviously we're tuning in, tapping in, and sharing opinions and commenting, you are affected. Once you put 2%, 1%, 0.5 of your energy into someone's platform, into someone's opinion, into your own opinion, into anything, it means you are tapped in and you are triggered. Yeah, I would get anointed, and honestly, it's a couple people that wouldn't talk to me for a couple days. We don't play that kind of games. Not not the grandmas we come from. It's you better get yourself together. Shoot, we don't play that. However, when families have those type of dynamics where you do have somebody that can twerk on their grandma that once was terminally ill, you can get on the phone with your mom right in front of somebody. She said her husband was right there, and then go say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get my titties done." Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're one of those people. You're one of those people that will come and blow everybody's mood. You will say something that'll throw everybody off. So yeah, y'all leave y'all opinions and stuff like that, and I'll catch y'all either. If I don't catch y'all tomorrow, it'll probably be next week live, because I got to get these videos up. When I tell you, y'all know a lot of people like the way that I edit, as far as like adding in certain slow mos and things like that, so you really see and zoom in. I kind of did a little bit better on these next ones, so I'm gonna be working on getting those up. Yeah, the old school was strict, but it was so much love. I feel like the stricter that they were, the more that they loved you because they wanted to see you be something. Depending on how strict. Now, if you was up in there getting hemmed up, couldn't breathe, stuff like that's different. It's different. But a part of being molded into a good individual is love and tough love. So yeah, y'all have a good night, and I will catch y'all on the next live the next time that I can. Hopefully we get somebody that wants to join the panel next time. Have a good one.